Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is September the 17th, Monday, 2018. You guys have just wrapped up our second session of goal setting. We're looking at our attendance and our tardies and our grades in all of our classes. And hopefully you guys have a good snapshot of where you're at right now and thinking about the steps you can take to improve on those things. And so I've got a little bit of a message to share with you guys today about how you think and the way you handle situations and kind of how you go about your day-to-day decision making. What I want y'all to think about is that we have this, we are blessed to have an incredible high functioning brain, and that's one thing that makes humans unique when compared to all the other species of animals that are out there, is that we have the ability to think and to reason and a lot of free will choices. We've all got certain things that we have to have and that our brain is wired to fulfill the need for food and shelter and clothing and belonging. We have everyone has those natural needs that they have to meet with their brain. And then kind of the rest of your brain is basically empty space. I know I talked with the freshmen about this last week. The rest of your brain is basically empty space, and you get to choose how you fill the rest of the empty space in your brain. And that's what I want you guys to think about today, is how do you fill the empty space in your brain? You all have the ability to choose what you want to do to put in there. And so it's important that you're making positive choices on the influences you have on yourself. Okay. So for example, what I mean is there's empty space in my brain today. How am I going to feel today? I can feel today filling it with negative situations, negative thoughts, negative influences, listening to music with negative connotations, watching negative TV, and being around negative people. And they put all that negative thoughts into my empty space. Okay. If I've got all those negative influences on me, then I'm going to have negative thoughts. Okay. My negative thoughts turn into negative actions. So, if I've got a lot of violence and evil and anger coming into my mind and into the empty space in my brain, I'm going to end up thinking about negative thoughts and using inappropriate language and lashing out and being mean to other people. So my thoughts, whatever you put in your negative in the empty space in your mind, become your thoughts. Okay, and then your thoughts become your actions. So if I fill myself with negativity, I'm going to treat other people negatively. I'm going to think negatively. I'm going to treat them negatively, and I in turn am going to become a negative person. Okay, so if I fill the empty space in my brain with negative influences, I will have negative thoughts, which leads to negative actions, to me being a negative person. Okay. And so that's not the person I want to be. I want to be a positive person. I want to have positive interactions with other people. I want to be a light in this world that at times can be filled with darkness. But we have to be intentional about that. So my goal each day is to take the empty space in my mind and in my brain and fill it with positive influences. I want to be around positive people. I want to hear uplifting messages. I want to hear uplifting music. I want to watch uplifting TV shows. I want to read uplifting books, articles. Okay. So if I fill my mind with positive influences, I'm going to think positively. Okay. I'm going to have a positive mindset. And then my actions will be positive. I'm much more likely to open a door for somebody when I'm being positive. I'm much more likely to treat people with kindness instead of reacting with anger when I have a positive mindset. And then I'm more likely to be a positive all-around person because my influences have been positive. That makes my thoughts positive. That makes my actions positive. That leads me to be a positive, caring, positive, caring person who serves other people. And that's kind of the goal for me, what I want it to be. If we're not intentional about what we put in the empty space in our mind, what ends up happening is fear and anxiety and anger and depression can creep in our minds, and then we are dealing with all that and those negative thoughts. Okay, and it's an ugly cycle when you do those things. I know a few years ago I was going through a rough patch in my life, and I was struggling with a lot of issues in my personal life, and those factors came in and weighed on me heavily. Fear, anger, depression, anxiety, those things take root in your mind, and it cripples you. It holds you back, and then you start having, from these negative influences, you start thinking negatively, and then you start acting negatively, and then all of a sudden you get caught up in a or you're not being kind to people, and you're tearing other people down, and you're trying to build yourself up by hurting other folks, and that just has a very detrimental effect on yourself. When you're trying to tear others down to build you up, it creates a negative self-image for yourself in the long term. It may feel good in the short term. In the long term, it's hurtful to you, and then it's hurtful to other people, and then we're just creating more anger and anxiety and fear for other people. So what I want to challenge you guys to do is, when you're dealing with issues and you're struggling and it's something that's going on that's a stressor for you, is don't allow fear and anxiety and anger and depression to take hold and take root in your mind. You have to be intentional about finding positive things in this world, in your life, in the school, and listen to those things. So much of popular culture today is based in negativity and based in anger. Okay, watch the news, and every news show wants to talk about the things that divide us as a country, the things that make folks upset, because that's what sells on TV is division. Okay, but I want you, if you're watching the news, instead of looking at all that bad things going on, there's in every story, there's someone doing something positive, and they're like, right now, this hurricane that's going on in the Carolinas, there's people without power, with flooding, they're losing their homes. Some people even being killed. But don't look at that portion of what's going on there. Look at all the people who are rallying to make a positive impact and to help folks who are in that situation. Okay, because those people who are really suffering it's easy when you're suffering to allow fear and depression, anxiety, and anger to take over. Why is this happening to me? And take a victim's mentality of why is this happening to me, versus look at all the folks who are helping me, and now I'm being helped by people, and how can I help someone else? Okay, you always want to try and find the helpers in those situations. You guys have such a huge influence on the mindset of our school. The teachers and the counselors and the administrators and all the adults, whatever their role is, all the adults we can do our part to try and create a positive culture, but it comes down to the students who had the biggest factor in whether or not we have a positive mindset as a school. The reason why that is two reasons. One, there's a lot more of y'all than there are of us. And then the other one is kids listen to kids much more so than they listen to the adults. Okay. A lot of times kids and adults get caught up into what is being said about them or what can they say about other people. And again, this summer there's a lot of just junk going on, and I was getting caught up in all the different rumors and this and that about me and about other folks and that were just going on. And I said, you know what? I don't want to hear any junk about somebody else, what somebody's saying. I just want to focus on the things that I can control. Okay, so that is my message to you today, guys, is do not get caught up in the junk that's going on out there that so-and-so is saying about you, that you heard someone say, or what this social media post said, because that is negative influence that will fill your empty space with negative influence. You've got fear creeping in there. You've got this anger creeping in there. You got depression creeping in there, and then you will act out in anger back, okay? When you have those things coming at you, block those things out, find the positive, and choose to focus on the positive thing. Be around positive people, okay? Old saying, you lie down with dogs, you wake up with fleas, which means if you surround yourself with dogs who have fleas, eventually you're going to get fleas yourself, okay? So you want to be around folks who don't have fleas. You want to be around folks who are positive and uplifting to you. If you're hanging around folks who are negative and tearing you down, don't hang around those folks. And the flip side of that is you've got to be someone who is positive and uplifting to others, okay? It's not all about the people you hang out with. It's about how you treat the people you hang out with. Are you a positive, uplifting person to them, okay? Are you finding the good in their situation and helping them bring that to life, okay? When someone talks negatively about your friend, are you jumping on that bandwagon too? Saying, let's go get her, let's go get him, that's not right, blah, blah, blah. Or are you saying, hey, let's hold up and let's just think about this. This person's trying to tear you down. Let's not succumb to that. Let's not get caught up in that. Let's move on past that because we're building towards a bigger goal. Hey, my GPA is this right now, and I'm trying to get it to that right now. By the next 9 weeks, I want to earn that attendance incentive. I want to be able to bring that B I have up to an A because I'm trying to get to college. I'm trying to get a scholarship. I'm trying to go on to better my situation. I'm not going to get caught up in this situation where someone's negative mindset, where anger and fear and anxiety and depression has creeped into the empty space in someone's mind. I'm going to block that out of my mind, and I'm going to stay focused on the positive. So guys, that's my message to you today: is be mindful of the empty space in your mind. You have free will to put in it what you want. Make wise choices of what you put into your mind that allows you to have positive inputs, gives you positive thoughts, that leads to positive actions, leads to a positive impact on you and our school culture as a whole. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all for taking time to listen to me. I will see y'all here in the hallways and in the cafeteria. Have a great afternoon, and go Falcons.